الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يقول سبحانه وتعالى في سورة ياسين: وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين. Referring to the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we have not given Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam the knowledge of poetry, because some people claim that the Quran is poetry. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala negating that. And he said, subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's not befitting the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam for that, or poetry. In fact, it is a message to justify the word and to make it a proof against the disbelievers. Every one of us heard of Surat Yasin, and probably the majority of us read Surat Yasin. And a lot of people believe so many things about Surat Yasin, and there are so many weak ahadith about Surat Yasin. The majority of the people read it on the graveyard or when people are dying. And in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لِيُنذِرَ مَنْ كَانَ حَيًّا. Quran is a message for living people, not for dead people. لِيُنذِرَ مَنْ كَانَ حَيًّا. The point that we are making here is, as many times as we read it and as many times as we talk about it, what kind of a message or what kind of a benefit did we reap from it? Like, let's look at anything you really benefited from, you acted upon, or attracted your attention in the surah. Majority of people just read without reflection. But if you look at the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَجَاءَ مِنْ أَقْصَى الْمَدِينَةِ رَجُلٌ يَسْعَى قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اتَّبِعُوا الْمُرْسَلِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent two messengers to a village to call them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Tawheed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala supported them with one more. وَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث. We sent two, they disbelieved in them, we supported them with a third one. After they delivered the message, with the difficulty that they have and the rejection they have, they were able to say the word everywhere, even the outskirts of the village, far away from the center of the village. And normally, when you deal with cities, the farther you are away from the city, the better the people. Their fitrah is close to the original fitrah, far away from the mess that you get inside the cities. So their message was, they did a wonderful job that they passed the message, or were able to pass the message even though they were rejected, but people heard it. And the proof to that is this man who came from Aqsa al-Medina, far away place in the Medina. Look how the beauty of the Quran. In the beginning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said Qarya. Qarya is a village. And when he talked about the man, he said he came from the Medina, and Medina is a big city. This is to show you how far he was in the outskirts of the village that they were sent to. He heard the message, he believed in the message. Now the people rejected the message, and they united, they want to kill the prophets. قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لَنَرْجُمَنَّكُمْ وَلَيَمَسَّنَّكُمْ مِنَّا عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. So they gave the challenge. They said, if you don't stop, we're going to stone you to death and punish you severely. What did the messengers do? Did they stop? قَالُوا طَائِرُكُمْ مَعَكُمْ. Do whatever you want to do. So here, crucial state, dangerous state for anyone to show faith. The prophets are going to be killed, and no one dares to open his mouth with faith. Yet, this man came from faraway place, running to the people. What for? Caring for them. Caring for them to save them. وَجَاءَ مِنْ أَقْصَى الْمَدِينَةِ رَجُلٌ يَسْعَى قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ اتَّبِعُوا الْمُرْسَلِينَ. O my people, follow the messengers. And then he asked the messengers, are you asking for anything? Are you asking for money? Are you asking for compensation? He said, no. He said, اتَّبِعُوا مَنْ لَا يَسْأَلُكُمْ أَجْرًا وَهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ. Follow someone giving you a free advice. He's not asking you for anything. And then when they rejected everything, he went and proclaimed it loudly. He said, وَمَا لِيَ لَا أَعْبُدُ الَّذِي فَطَرَنِي وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. Why shouldn't I worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who created me, and we all shall go back to him? أَأَتَّخِذُ مِن دُونِهِ آلِهَةً إِن يُرِدْنِ الرَّحْمَنُ بِضُرٍّ لَا تُغْنِ عَنِّي شَفَاعَتُهُمْ شَيْئًا وَلَا يُنْقِذُونَ. You want me to worship something that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to harm me, they cannot defend me or do anything against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? إِنِّي إِذًا لَفِي ضَلَالٍ مُبِينٍ. I would be the most misguided person. And then he looked at the messengers, إِنِّي آمَنْتُ بِرَبِّكُمْ فَاسْمَعُونَ. He said, I believed in your Lord. He came already believing, but he's declaring it publicly. As soon as he said that, what happens? They killed him. As soon as they killed him, what happened? He was shown his place in Jannah. قِيلَ ادْخُلِ الْجَنَّةِ. As soon as they killed him, they said, enter heaven. What's his first response? Oh Allah, what happened to those people who killed me? I need revenge. No. He was wishing, قَالَ يَا لَيْتَ قَوْمِي يَعْلَمُونَ. I wish my people know what happened to me so they can do the same thing and go there. At this time, he just got killed, and he has that patience and that love for his people to be saved. We remember that with the Prophet ﷺ in Taif, when they did the worst thing that could ever happen to the Prophet ﷺ, and when he has the opportunity to revenge, he said, Allahumma ighfir li qawmi fa innahum la ya'lamun. Oh Allah, forgive my people, they don't know. This is a story that teaches us, when you have the truth, you should be proud of it. And you should pass it. And you should have the courage to talk. And you should defend those people you love. And you should pass the message to everyone, especially the people who are close to you. He came running from far away. What for? So he can hopefully save those people, or save the prophets, or make everyone go to Jannah. He didn't say, they're going to kill him, or they're going to kill me, or what my message is going to do. 3 messengers are not doing anything. Mine is not going to. The point is, he took action, and look at the result. He went to Jannah. And that is a wonderful lesson that we learn from Surat Yasin, that the Quran is for living people. It's not for dead people. And the story of this courageous man is definitely something moving, to see someone having this courage to speak and end up in Jannah. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all of you go to Jannah inshallah, and to give us always the understanding of the Quran and the courage to say the truth and pass the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Jazakumullahu khairan. Barakallahu feekum. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.